the home of the Blazers here in Portland as 2K Sports brings you today's action live from the beautiful Rose Garden. The week rolls on. Thanks for taking a break with us here at 2K Sports. Another NBA broadcast for you. We welcome you. This is Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and the sharpshooter Steve Kerr. Back in Portland, the Trailblazers kick off the beginning of a homestand. Very strong basketball is the recipe for them right now. 4 straight wins, looking for number 5.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kevin, this team is really homed in on wanting to play its best basketball prior to the All-Star break. They want to have some positive momentum going into that break, and the way they're playing, they're going to have it.
Well, definitely. You don't want to go into the All-Star break feeling bad about yourselves as a team, and they don't have to worry about that. I mean, they've been rolling lately, and I think they're going to carry that momentum right into the break.
And the starting group for the Spurs. Parker and Manu are the backcourt. Jefferson and Duncan making up the forwards. And it's Blair in at the center position. And for the Trailblazers, Aldridge at the 4 and Oden at the 5. Roy out there with Felton. And it's Wallace in at the 3, the small forward. And the basket by Ginobili.
Well, not the best defensive scheme, and it results in a wide-open look.
Let's go quickly over to Doris Burke for an update.
I caught up with Coach Nate McMillan. They'll be up against a future Hall of Famer in Tim Duncan in this one, and I asked him how Duncan changes what they do on the defensive end. He relayed that he told his guys not to be over-aggressive with him in the post, saying, if we start fighting on every fake he throws our way, we'll all be in foul trouble. We can't let that happen. We'll see if they can avoid just that, guys.
Thanks, Doris.
His footwork in the low post is tremendous, almost ballerina-like.
Duncan against Aldridge. From past the arc. That's good for Wallace on the assist by Felton. Wallace has got his first 3 points of the game. Outside Jefferson. Blair backing down. And it's going to be a 3-second call. The Trailblazers on offense. This game coming on the heels of their win against the Kings.
Well, I loved watching that game, guys. That was fun. I mean, canning one three-pointer after another, that's my kind of game.
Well, I wouldn't expect you to say anything less, being the three-point marksman that you were. Of course you enjoy watching guys make threes. But even though I played in the paint, I like to see three-pointers go down too.
From 7. That shot's good on the assist by Ginobili. And it's a tie ball game.
Look how well he led him there with that pass.
Got a piece of it. And stolen by Blair. On defense, Portland. And this matchup with the Spurs, it's their first meeting of the season. Parker up top. He's covered by Felton. From downtown, no good. And the Trailblazers going now the other way. Here's Aldridge. Duncan with the block. Here's San Antonio. Now here's Parker. He's coming off a 34-point game against Sacramento. Back to Duncan. Guarded by Oden. Takes it up. Blocked. Roy against Jefferson. And there's Roy. That's good on the assist by Oden. Roy's got his second basket of the night. Here's Parker. Right now averaging 21 points a game. Duncan kicks to Parker. Off the screen. Portland leading. On the wing, Brandon Roy. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
And I think defensively, you've got to commit a second defender because he's just destroying you right now.
Yeah, one-on-one, he's been a handful.
And San Antonio calls the first timeout of the game. Nicholas Batum, he's checked in for the Trailblazers. Matthews comes in for Brandon Roy. Then for the Spurs, Matt Bonner, he's checked in for Blair. And it's James Anderson in for Richard Jefferson. Here is Anderson. Parker outside. Now Felton defending. Aldridge against Duncan. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Ginobili. Ellis gets a hand on it. Bonner no good. The Trailblazers on offense. They've gone on a 10-2 run, not allowing much. Batum dishes to Felton. Great ball movement. Shoots the 3. That's good from Wallace on the assist by Felton. 6 points for Wallace.
Look how they've been scoring the basketball, and it's really fun to watch them because all the baskets are coming off assists.
Well, keep that in mind. I mean, they're a much more efficient team when they make that extra pass. When they get in trouble, it's when they're taking quick shots.
Again, the miss by the Spurs.
He just couldn't shake loose. He had the defender draped all over.
Unloads from 9. Matthews, no good. Spurs trail by 8. Clark, their offense has been great here.
Yeah, I love the way they've looked really strong and together.
Yeah, and very aggressive, too. Keeping the defense off balance with their ball movement. I like the way they look.
Left side, Batum buries it down low.
That offense just keeps on clicking.
It sure does, Clark. They're getting high percentage looks and really taking advantage here.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over. Patrick Mills, who's checked in for Portland. The Spurs making a switch here. Let's check out the Western Conference standings right now that we're here in the new year. You take a look at the Trailblazers. Best team of the conference, really having a nice season, looking to maintain that through the playoffs. And checking out San Antonio. Right now they're 5 spots below them.
You know, checking out San Antonio, you know, they've not been able to maintain the same intimidation factor that they had last season. Still not a team you look forward to playing, though. But there's just something a little bit awry.
Yeah, but you know, Clark, the NBA season is so long that it's easy to turn these things around as long as you keep grinding away. And this is a team that has a lot of talent. So I wouldn't be shocked if this whole thing came together for them.
Here's Anderson. Drops in the tray. Here's Mills. 35 seconds left in the first quarter. The 3 from Matthews. And again, it's the Trailblazers from deep.
Well, another uncontested 3 there. They've got to make some kind of an adjustment. I mean, they're giving up way too many open 3s.
Well, the last 5 hoops, 3 have come off wide open 3-pointers, Clark. So it's one thing to give up 1, but you start giving 3-pointers up in bunches, you're in big trouble.
He was just a little bit off with his mechanics there for some reason. I'm not sure why.
Jacks up a 3. Cannot hit. The scoring fast and furious as we end the first quarter. Trailblazers lead by 7.
And they set the tone there defensively with their shot blocking. They've been really intimidating down in the paint area.
You know, in the rest of the game, Steve, shooters will be
on tap next Monday. Kevin Martin and the Houston Rockets go up against LeBron James and the Miami Heat, live from American Airlines Arena. Big time hoops coming your way.
All right, the second quarter beginning in just a moment. Here's Parker. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. All fueled up and ready to go. Let's reset the lineups courtesy of Gatorade as the second quarter gets going. On the floor for Portland, Roy and Batum fill the wings. Oden out there with Camby, and it's Mills in at the point guard.
Boy, that was a tremendous rebound for a pint-sized fella. That's how tough he is. Not intimidated at all in the paint.
from about 19 feet. And Antonio McDyess pulls it down. Here's Neal. Gathers. And the layup's good off the glass. Here's Mills. Roy up on top. Fires the three. They get it back. Here's Oden. And the layup falls. Oden's got his second basket of the night.
You know, the hardest part of that play was getting to the rebound. After that, it was easy.
Oden gets called for the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Here's Neal. Right now averaging 7 points a game. Parker covered by Mills. And there's the rejection. Trailblazers leading by 7. From deep. Campbell is tagged with the loose ball foul. That is his first foul of the game. For the Trailblazers, LaMarcus Aldridge is checked in for Campbell. Wallace comes in for Nicholas Batum. And it's Felton in for Patrick Mills. Here's Quinn. He's covered by Felton. And McDyess backs in. Picked up by Aldridge. And stolen by Aldridge.
Great defensive work right there. The quick hands lead to the turnover. And that steal really triggered the fast break. Nice play.
Yeah, you're right. And the break itself may have been even better.
Here's Quinn. San Antonio again missing.
They've done their part here to run down a lot of missed shots. A solid rebounding effort.
Yeah, I'm impressed. I mean, they're fighting for every loose ball, putting a body on somebody and going after the rim.
Now Felton defending. Here's Quinn. It's Ginobili outside. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Wallace against Blair. Back to Wallace. And here's Felton from the arc. No good. Well, the Spurs will take it the other way. They'll be off to Charlotte for a meeting with the Bobcats after this one. And that will be the fourth of the string of 5 played on the road. Here's McDyess. And it's Portland with the rebound. Wallace has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Felton kicks to Wallace. Back to Felton. The 3 is launched. Scooped up. Here's Oden. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Oden's got his 3rd bucket of the night.
Right, you just see them taking it strong into the paint over and over again.
Yeah, that really seems to be the strategy, partner. I mean, pound it inside.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Well, their offense is unraveling, Kevin. They're going back to the drawing board, trying to find a way to get back on track.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Nicholas Batum. He's checked in for Oden. Luke Babbitt comes in for LaMarcus Aldridge. Wesley Matthews checked in for Brandon Roy. And Elliot Williams subs in for Raymond Felton. Here's Parker, looking for his first bucket of the game. Ginobili outside. Matthews covering. Matthews against Ginobili. Outside Jefferson. That falls. Nice feed that time for Manu Ginobili.
Boy, that's too easy. You cannot let a shooter that good get a warm-up jump shot like that. If you do that, it'll be raining all day from out there.
And yes, sir, that one drops. And the Trailblazers lead by 10. And here we go with Tony Parker. Outside Jefferson. Dishes to Duncan. Parker outside. Matthews covering. Launches a 3. Portland grabs the miss.
And that rebound pushes their margin to +5 on the board. Solid job on the glass.
Well, it's just part of what they've done here to build this big lead. It shouldn't be overlooked. I mean, rebounding is a huge part of this game.
good on both. Here's Ginobili. A 14-point game for him in the win against Sacramento. He's covered by Matthews. They get the rebound. Trailblazers leading by 12. Here's Wallace. Jams it with authority.
You got to be willing to put a body in front of him there. Easy hoop.
But you know what? I don't blame him. That's a lot of body coming at him.
There's a minute 34 left in the first half of the game. Ginobili the pass to Jefferson. He passes to Duncan. Backs him down. Unloads from 9. Goes to the glass on the bank shot. Here's Williams.
Full court pressure here in the man-to-man.
Boy, it takes a lot of energy for both teams in this kind of situation, the offense and the defense.
The tray. And Ginobili pulls it down. Spurs trail by 12. Parker with it. Still looking to get on the scoreboard. Duncan outside. 6 on the shot clock. Offline from the top of the key. Now Williams. A 12-point game. The pass to Matthews. Over Parker. Matthews, no good. And so here is San Antonio. A 12-point game. Jefferson dishes to Parker. Back to Jefferson. Beyond the arc. Batum grabs the miss. Batum's got 3 rebounds so far in the game.
So they've built a big lead here so far, and a lot of it has to do with how well they've been rebounding.
Yeah, every time they make a stop, they're securing the rebound, and that's really allowed them to get out to this lead.
And the first one at the line is good, so it's both teams making substitutions here. That's also good, so he hits both free throws.
Well, they're doing a nice job of drawing fouls here in the quarter and getting to the free throw line.
You know, the clock might not keep moving, but constantly getting points from the foul line, that's a great way to maintain your lead.
Lets it go from the wing, and he drops that one in. Duncan's got 4 this quarter. So we've reached the end of the first half of play.
We've seen Gerald Wallace getting it done. He has 8 points, and he's connected on 2 3-pointers here as well.
Well, if his three-point shooting continues, this game will change dramatically because the defense will really have to adapt.
From the Rose Garden in Portland, Oregon, we're back in a moment.
Happy Tuesday to you, and welcome to HP at the Half. Portland with the lead against San Antonio. A top-tier team looking strong with the best record in the conference. Well, Gerald Wallace is making it look way too easy against San Antonio. He has 8 points and tacked on a few rebounds as well. For the Spurs, though, they've looked out of sync. Overall, their effort just hasn't been on the level it needs to be, which is why they're struggling. Manu Ginobili still looking to get going. Not a lot of shots falling. He's under 30% on the night. We've already seen some highlights from these two in the first half. They're leading both. The New Orleans Hornets are trailing the Heat out in Miami. I think we might be looking at a little garbage time before this one's over. And that'll wrap it up here. Now, back to Kevin Harlan and the crew for the second half.
And as we welcome you back, we begin our second half. So far, not a tightly contested game, guys, but, you know, anything can happen. Here's Parker, looking for his first bucket of the game. Here's who Greg Popovich is starting in the second half. Manu and Jefferson on the wings. Duncan out there with Blair, and it's Parker in at the point.
Another board for them. They've got a huge advantage in that regard.
Yeah, it's not really a surprise. I mean, rebounding one of the true barometers in winning basketball games, and if you rebound better, you typically are going to win ball games and do it comfortably.
Ginobili misses.
Very poor shot selection there, guys.
Here's Roy. Second chance shot. And Aldrich the basket on the assist by Oden. Aldridge has got the first bucket of the third here for the Trailblazers. Parker kicks to Jefferson. Now the feed to Duncan. It's taken away by Wallace. Goes up, and the slam by Wallace. Now let's take a look at it once again with our Spike Slam Cam.
There isn't anybody in the building that didn't appreciate that throwdown.
Well, Steve, that's as fancy a finish as you could possibly get.
Serious degree of difficulty on that one.
Parker passes to Jefferson. Parker. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down. Parker's got his first bucket of the night. Trailblazers leading by 14. Aldridge dishes to Oden. Outside for Roy. The three. Second shot opportunity. Duncan with the block. Here's San Antonio. They trail by 14. Parker outside. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more.
And I like his aggressiveness going to the hoop using that height advantage.
Knocked loose. Here comes Roy. He has 7. Oden kicks to Wallace. Outside Roy. Three-pointer. It's hauled in by Duncan. Duncan's got his 5th rebound in this one. Parker passes to Jefferson. Misses the 3. Here's the Trailblazers with the ball. At one point, they led by 16. There's the dish to Oden. Back to Felton. And in he goes for the easy 2. Felton has got his first 2 points.
They can't seem to stop anybody inside.
They got to know that if they don't make life tougher in the paint, the opponent is just going to keep going there. I mean, it's not like they'll get tired of all these in-close opportunities.
High post shot. Parker's shot is off.
They have really been a group of glass eaters out there today, fellas. I mean, just devouring any and all rebounds.
And I think that's the difference in the game right now. A double-digit lead in that category.
Aldridge, no luck.
He's laboring out there right now, guys. The shot has not been falling for him this quarter.
Backing down is Jefferson. Over Aldridge. Once again off the mark by San Antonio. Trailblazers leading by 13. Oden dishes to Roy. He's picked up by Parker. Roy gets the bucket.
Another inside bucket. They've got a huge edge in points in the lane.
That's what every coach preaches, inside out, reversible clothing.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
Easy to see why he called this timeout. They've been allowing way too many shots around the basket, and that can't continue.
So for the Trailblazers, Luke Babbitt comes in for Greg Oden. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Brandon Roy. The Spurs making a switch here. Here's Quinn. He dishes it to Neal. Blair passes it to Neal. Now Jefferson, averaging 6 points per contest. 4 on the clock. With the shot. Again, the miss by the Spurs.
Had a good look at the rim, though. That was poor defense.
Wallace kicks to Aldridge. Jefferson picks him up. Offensive rebound. And it's Wallace slamming it down.
Simply tenacious play out of that young fella.
Yeah, excellent putback, Jam. You're right.
Well, that's what he prides himself on. Hard work under the glass.
And unable to corral the miss, and it goes out of play. And now we'll look at the upcoming schedule for the Portland Trailblazers. They host the Clippers after this game. And that game is the second of 2 straight at home. Here's Felton. We've got 1:55 left to play in the third. Wesley Matthews on the wing. Here's the 3. And that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. Felton's got 3 assists now in this one. Guys, this offense very effective.
Going right at him.
And this is where you just start picking apart the defense, and now you take their confidence away. You can really take control of this game.
Jefferson against Wallace. And Jefferson throws it down.
Come on now, I didn't see. Can you believe that finish? Boy, a little bit of flair and flavor at the end of it.
Oh, that'll be a fan favorite, all right.
That was not your average, typical dunk.
And here's Matthews from the arc. That's good, and so Felton has the assist there. Felton's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. Quinn kicks to Duncan. Low block shot. Can't get it to go. And the Blazers the other way. They host the Clippers after this game. That'll be the latter half of this 2-game homestand. Babbitt, good. Here's Quinn. There's 47 seconds left in the third. Now Felton defending. Here's Quinn. He's covered by Felton. Neal passes to Duncan. Blocked.
He just hasn't been able to build any momentum in this game. He's got to find something out there.
Wallace right side. The three. And the Trailblazers another three.
Boy, excellent vision. Sharing the pumpkin leads to another basket.
And you look at that differential, guys, the points off assists are definitely in their favor.
Here's Quinn. Felton is tagged with the reach. That is his first foul of the game. Just 4 seconds left in the third quarter. Here's Ginobili, and he gets it to go from the high post. Ginobili's got 8 points. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's been a clinic from Gerald Wallace.
Well, we know he can score, so it's not really a huge shock to see him put up these kind of big numbers.
And I would think that he most likely will continue to carry on this kind of play into the fourth.
It's the Trailblazers delivering the blowout.
Tune in next Sunday night. Andre Iguodala and the Philadelphia 76ers take on Dirk Nowitzki and the Dallas Mavericks. The NBA season is in full swing. Make sure to catch it.
As the fourth quarter gets going, let's swing it over to Doris Burke, who has our Sprite Spark report. Doris?
Hey, Kevin, our Spark Award goes to the Trailblazers bench. Here in the playoffs, every possession is magnified, and this team has gotten a huge lift from their bench personnel. It's why they're in good shape heading into the fourth period.
All right, Doris. Well, Clark, the bench really getting it done.
Well, yeah, and if the starters aren't careful, they're going to be the ones over there warming the seats.
Well, it takes a few more games like this one, I think, before that actually happens, Clark. But you know what? The way they're playing, it could happen.
We've got Camby. Mills out there with Armand Johnson. Then it's Elliott Williams, and it's Batum in at the 4 spot. That's the group in the game for the Trailblazers. Here's McDyess. Camby covering. He feeds it to Anderson. 5 on the clock. Over Williams. And Anderson gets it to go. Here's Johnson. Kicks to Camby. Outside Williams. There's the 3. And the Trailblazers, another 3.
A lot of the points they've given up have come on open threes like that one. And that has to be disconcerting and frustrating to their coach.
Well, they should know better. I mean, they read the scouting report. You can't leave these guys wide open on the perimeter.
No, Clark, it's interesting. A doctor who specialized in sleep worked with Portland players and dramatically improved their performance on the road with keys to sleeping.
Well, we know how important rest is, Kevin. Whether you're a player, a coach, or even a broadcaster, you've got to get an adequate amount of rest to be at peak efficiency.
Ginobili That drops, and it comes off an assist from Parker. Parker's got 3 assists in the game. Trailblazers leading by 22. And as teams learn more about their body cycles, they're also learning about the human body and being primed for peak performance in the middle of the day.
Yeah, you know, they're telling their players to stay up late and sleep in so that their bodies are in peak performance mode in the evenings when they're playing most of the games. Morning shoot-arounds starting to be eliminated now, Kevin.
McNice dishes to Ginobili. It's good from long range. Ginobili's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Well, they're scrapping. I mean, they're giving it everything they've got, putting together a nice run here.
Steve, we'll continue to see if they can chip away at it, but they've still got a long ways to go.
An almost entirely new group here for Portland. Greg Oden, he's checked in for Camden. Aldridge comes in for Elliott Williams. Brandon Roy, he's checked in for Armand Johnson. And it's Felton in for Patrick Mills. San Antonio also making some changes. Blair comes in for Antonio McNice. And it's Duncan in for Splitter.
I'm sure they'd like to get more shots like that one.
Felton kicks to Batum to end the run, and that comes off the assist by Raymond Felton. And the Trailblazers lead by 19. Feeds to Anderson. Back to Ginobili. Lets it go with a 3. Offensive rebound. And again, it's Tim Duncan.
He's starting to pick up his game in this half.
Here is Felton. And here is Oden. Into LaMarcus Aldridge. And he finishes nicely on the layup.
And the defense has to pick it up a little bit here. They're getting bullied inside, guys.
Yeah, they just have not competed well enough. I mean, they've not fought. You want to see fight and aggressiveness.
Backing him down is Duncan. A 10-footer. And another basket for San Antonio.
You know, he's got a lot of inches on the defender in that matchup, and he can just shoot right over the top of him without worrying about being bothered.
Roy from outside. The rebound by the Spurs. Duncan's got rebound number 8 here tonight in the game.
Now, remember, he did make a 3-pointer in the first half, so we'll see if he can find the range here in the second.
Ring shot on the way, and the shot is good. Anderson's got 7 points here in this quarter.
He's put on an offensive clinic. They've got to deny him the ball.
Yeah, and if that fails, then double him, Steve. I mean, they can't allow him to continue to hurt him like this.
Oden, he's guarded by Blair. Shot's good from Oden.
It's been a complete game for him, hasn't it?
Yep, I agree with you there. I mean, he's been in the middle of everything going on.
Time called here. The Spurs decide to talk it over.
He just continues to light him up. They're going to have to find a way to make him work harder for his point.
A different look for Portland. Gerald Wallace, he's checked in for Batum. And Wesley Matthews subbed in for Raymond Felton. Richard Jefferson, he's checked in for the Spurs. They get a hand on it.
You know, his head was on a swivel that time, and he was able to anticipate that pass.
And good on the basket. Book it. 14 points for Wallace. Roy against Ginobili. Duncan against Aldridge. The tricky little pass fake there, working well. Duncan's got 11 points here in just the second half. Roy kicks to Oden. Wallace outside. Lets the 3 fly. Gets it to go. And the Trailblazers lead by 20.
Boy, he's been so cool out there. Composed, never rattled. I mean, a very steady contributor to the offense.
Ginobili, he's covered by Roy. That's good.
Well, you wonder, will the NBA ever go the route of international sports and start putting sponsors' logos on the team jerseys? That would be an enormous step, but it would also be very lucrative for the teams. Great job defensively, getting out and forcing that turnover.
Backing down is Jefferson. He kicks to Parker. Matthews covering. Duncan, the pass to Parker. Over Aldridge. Another shot. Gets it to go.
And he places so much emphasis on his rebounding at both ends of the floor.
Trying to add a few more points to their lead.
Simply need to just stay the course, Kevin. That's it.
It's been a good course so far.
Yep.
Roy from outside. They get it back. Fires for three. And again, it's Gerald Wallace.
Looks like it's over. Double-digit margin, clock running down. Just take care of the ball now.
Yep, it's a simple equation. This one's over. Use the clock and take care of the orange.
And Duncan gets it to go in.
It's a good thing he showed up today because without him, this team would be in big trouble.
On the wing, Wallace, defended by Jefferson. And so it's going to be a 3-second violation out there on the defense. And the free throw no good, but they'll get the ball back here. We've got 13 seconds left to play in the final quarter. Johnson drops in the layup for two.
That's a dagger. That will probably finish this game.
Yeah, it's over, Steve. Convincing closeout.
From deep three-point range, no good. And so Portland takes this one, but by a big margin. You know, Clark, every team has a bad night, and these guys might want to watch the tape of this game the next time they have a bad night to remind themselves how dominant they can be.
Well, this is one of those dream-like games for a coach.
Well, that'll do it. For Doris Burke, Steve Kerr, and Clark Kellogg, this is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see you next time. And as we leave, we give you our Jordan Player of the Game, Gerald Wallace.